closing 14 seconds of this power play. Puck stays deep in the Anaheim zone. Pile up in the corner. No one controlling. Digging forward is Weimer with Blake. Hammerlick has jumped in and he wins the puck. Penalty's now over. O'Coin, wrist shot, he scores! There was some traffic in front. The penalty had ended, so it's not a power play goal. But if it's Adrian O'Coin's goal, it's his first in 25 games, plus the 8 that he missed while he was injured, and that takes it back to the end of November.
Yeah, I'd say it went straight in. I mean, look at the puck movement here. One side, and then Hammerlick quickly to O'Coin, and watch O'Coin just look up, and this is a hard wrist shot. And Scatchard was there, and they told their players before the game, when Lalime goes down, get in front of him. The puck is either going to hit him, and we're going to have long rebounds, or he's not going to see it. So get in front of him, and Scatchard, one of the biggest players on the team, was directly in front of him, and I don't think Giguère ever saw the shot. And the Islanders with a great start to this game as they lead it.
The goal comes 3 seconds after the conclusion of the power play, and Adrian O'Coin finally breaks a long personal drought. They're only now dropping the puck because the official score here refused to put a goal up in the Islanders column. They wanted to make sure that that overhead scoreboard said 1-0 before they resumed play. It does, and they're back. And here's Sikora firing, and a glove save. Was that offside, though?
It was close.
It sounded like...
Well, even for the Islanders, and look at Peter Laviolette skating, Kelly Miller skating to put pressure on. He's telling his players, move your feet, move the puck, and then get the shots. That's exactly what we saw, even though it wasn't a power play goal. Happened right at the end of the power play. It worked perfectly. O'Coin scores a goal, 1-0.
Hammerlick picked up the assist at 5:42.
Well, Adrian O'Coin, been a long time since he scored. The Islanders are on a power play that just ended here. And look at the wrist shot. Hard, Dave Scatchard to the net. And the goaltender, Giguère, never saw it. 1-0 for the Islanders. They also had some other chances. Look at this shot. Doink off the left arm and out the other way. And the Islanders team go to the net, get the puck to the net. We saw Scatchard doing that. We saw Weimer getting there as well. So a very good first period for the Islanders.
Sikora in the second and Korea here in the third. They have a 2-1 lead. Kjellberg. Now Hammerlick takes it back. O'Coin for Hammerlick in the Islanders zone. Off the boards, nobody home. Icing coming as Carney gets there before Parrish. With 7:25 left in the third period. This is the third game of a 4-game road trip for the New York Islanders, which began with a loss in Nashville, a win in LA. It concludes Wednesday in San Jose against the Sharks. Live coverage gets underway at 10:30 Wednesday night on Fox Sportsnet.
And the Sharks were trailing Los Angeles 2-1 that game in the third period.
Adam Oates again wins a draw. Havlat fires, blocked by Asham. Trying to fight through, but Havlat did a good job. And now Asham leads the Islanders in. Feeds Yashin. Quick shot, he scores! Alexei Yashin has tied it 2-2.
Yeah, this all starts with a face-off in the Islander zone, and Oates won it cleanly back to the point, but the shot was blocked. The puck left the zone, and then the Islanders were able to go the other way. There it is again. And so now the Islanders can skate one way and put pressure on Lapointe quickly on the puck. Asham helps out, and then the shot through the legs, it looked like, of the defenseman Havlat, and up high. And that's a patented classic shot from Yashin. And it looked like by Giguère's reaction that he didn't see it. I think Yashin used the defenseman perfectly to shoot through the legs. That rising shot up high, and Giguère didn't see it. What a huge goal for the Islanders to tie it at 2.
And for Alexei Yashin personally, he had gone 7 games without a goal. It's only the 6th goal that he has scored all season at even strength. And if they can ever find a way to get him going, and who knows, maybe the demotion to the 4th line will turn the trick. They'll be in business. Here's Janssen centering for Scatchard, who was missed.
5 games. In the first period, Islanders power play just ending. Adrian O'Coin from the point with a wrister that finds the back of the net. Even strength goal. Islanders don't care. It's 1-0. Garth Snow has been playing great lately. Second period comes up big on back-to-back saves. Peter Sikora, then Paul Kariya, both denied. But he couldn't stop everything. Isles turn it over at their own blue line. Adam Oates shoots. Snow with a save. Then the scramble out front. Oates behind. Leads for Kariya. Centers to Sikora. And that's a goal for the ex-Devil. Oates, though, with an assist that tied him with Gordie Howe. More on that in a second. We say in a second because in the beginning of the third, Oates passes Gordie Howe. Paul Kariya gets the goal, his second of the game, but it's Oates' 1,050th career assist, 6th on the all-time list. Late in the third, Alexei Yashin, promoted back to the first line, scores, tying the game at 2. That's the way it was. We go to overtime. Islanders turn it over. Sikora on the breakaway. Garth Snow with what looked like a sweet save. Was it? No. It actually hit the posts, and so the post saved the Islanders. No score in overtime, and so it finishes in a 2-2 tie. The ex-Devil, Peter Sikora, with a nice night. He had a goal and an assist. Paul Kariya also had a goal and assist, but Garth Snow was huge. 29 saves in net for the Islanders. The Islanders finished 0 for 4 on the power play, but more importantly held the Ducks to 0 for 5. So the Islanders get the tie. Tampa Bay knocked off the Washington Capitals. So now the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Islanders are tied for 7th place in the Eastern Conference, each 1 point ahead of Montreal. Because the Rangers lost, they're now in 11th place, 7 points behind the Islanders and Tampa Bay. Up next for the Islanders, a game Wednesday night in San Jose.
Tonight's game inside the Shark Tank against San Jose would determine the difference between a fruitful or a frustrating road trip. No doubt the Isles did a little scoreboard watching because they came out inspired. Check out this. Kyle McLaren's stick shatters. That's a $150 stick gone. 2-on-1 Islanders in the first minute. Michael Pekka scores 1-0. Garth Snow in net for the 7th straight game strong. Watch this stop by Nico Dimitrikos. Then in the second period, Snow piles on the saves. Marco Sturm, then Owen Nolan on the rebound. Garth Snow strong. Still in the second, Michael Pekka will create the turnover. He'll spring Sean Bates down the ice, 2-on-1. Pekka outraces the back-checking defenseman, and he will slide the rebound past Evgeny Nabokov. That made it 3-0 Islanders, and that was more than enough because Garth Snow pitches the shutout, 29 saves. First shutout this year, 15th of his career. Islanders win it 3-0. Michael Pekka, 2 goals on Wednesday after 2 goals in his previous 8 games. The Islanders now tied with Tampa Bay and Boston for 6th place in the East. All 3 teams have 64 points. The Canadiens are 2 back. The Rangers still 7 points behind the final playoff spot. For the Islanders, 5 games over 500. For the first time this year, they win it 3-0.
Atmosphere, and the Islanders got the early jump, 2:28 in. It's Dave Scatcherd who had 2 on the night. His 18th of the year, and it was actually the first time in 15 games that Colorado didn't score first. They had a great chance, though, in the second. Garth Snow made a great save on Milan Hajduk, but he would not be as fortunate on this play once Colorado got on the power play. You can't stop those quick hands of Hajduk, who's having a big year. The game was tied at 1, and some fun in the snow. Garth Snow comes way out of his net to play the puck, ends up neutralized, and somehow manages to get back on Rob Blake and deflect the shot wide of the net. An amazing play that I'm sure you've seen a couple of times since then. And in the third period, after Jason Weimer's go-ahead goal, it's Scatcherd's second of the night. Jason Blake with the hard work to set it up, and that made it a 3-1 game. Late in the third, a huge save on Serge Aubin, who was all alone in front. Snow turns him aside. He made 25 saves on the evening, so the Avalanche have an empty net, and Jason Blake ends the suspense. The 4th and final goal of the night, a 4-1 win for Garth Snow and the Islanders. Garth told us really after the game, it's really the first consistent stretch of playing time that he's had since coming to the island 2 years ago. So combine that with the fact that he's seeing the puck so well, it's been a winning combination. Peter Laviolette now in the postgame with proof that once in a while coaches actually agree with the media.
He's been great, and everything that you guys have said is pretty much dead on. He's carried the load, he's carried the team, and he makes big saves that keeps us hanging around in games until we can chip in a goal here and a goal there and eventually pull out some wins.
Colorado had the stretch of 14 straight games where they scored first. How important do you think scoring first was for you tonight?
Yeah, I think it was good for us because it maybe zapped them a little bit. It also let us know that we were in the game right away, and playing with a lead is easier than coming from behind. And you know, they didn't have Patrick Roy in there, but the other kids got pretty good numbers as well. And they're a hard-working team. I mean, they worked their tails off tonight, even though they played last night. So I think getting that first goal gave us a little bit of momentum.
So here they are up to the minute Eastern Conference standings. The Islanders now with one more win than Boston. They're in 6th place for the first time all year. Boston drops to 8.
Game night, this matinee edition goes behind the bench this afternoon with Islanders GM Mike Milbury. I guess it's our annual couple of weeks before the trade deadline checkup with you to take the temperature of the rest of the league and your own team. What do you expect?
It's the time of year when you ask questions and I don't give you any answers. That's what.
But we all try, don't we?
That's right. You do the best you can.
All right. So that said, you expect to do any business?
The phone lines are open. We'll talk to a lot of teams, I'm sure, in the next couple of weeks. So far, the price of rentals have been extraordinarily high, and yet I think they'll come down closer to the deadline. We could use a little bit more depth probably on our defense, and we could probably use a good scorer, but we've got enough here. We're going pretty good right now, so I'm in no desperate mode, that's for sure.
You know, you used an interesting word, rental, because there was a time not very long ago when that concept would be wildly out of the question for the New York Islanders. But are you of a mind now, when you see where your team is at, that you would say, yeah, I'll take a chance on a guy who might only be with me for 6 or 8 weeks?
Yeah, I think that's very much a real possibility. I think if the team continues to play as well as it has in the last few weeks, that I think Charles would look at that seriously. I don't want to pay a kind of price that would hurt us in the long run. That is, for example, a Torres, a Mapletop, somebody who's a really outstanding prospect, but in terms of a draft pick, I'd have to take a look at it.
Certainly the whole league, or at least most of them, seem to have 1 or 2 high-salaried players that are on the block. Do you expect there to be any market for them across the board?
Not an across-the-board market, but there are, as one of my colleagues said, the usual suspects. I mean, there'll be teams out there that are willing to pay a significant price, dollar-wise, in order to help their teams in the playoff run. And we've got to be careful here, too, Howie, because a lot of these have just fallen flat on their faces. These rentals have come up short far more often than they've been successful, so I'm keeping an eye on that as well.
Well, we all know Alexei Yashin's not going to be on the 4th line all season long, but what's happened? Why is he there, and what's it going to take for him to get back up to where he's been before?
Well, it's a coach's decision, and I think you know, he needs to get more productive. Obviously, his production is down, although he still leads our team in scoring. And I think when he's not producing, as the coach has pointed out to him, he's got to be more accountable in other areas of the game, defensively in particular. But you're right, he's not going to be there forever. I think he'll bounce out of this. I know they've had ongoing conversations and are keeping it on a good professional level, and I hope to see Alexei back in the thick of things before too long.
Now, you mentioned earlier that a defenseman or a banger-type defenseman would be a priority at the trade deadline. Is a productive scoring winger still someone that you look for? Do you need more offense to get through it, you think?
Well, I think we need to get our power play working better than it has been on a consistent basis. It's actually been a little bit better in the last few weeks, but you know, every team would love to have a premium scorer, and we like to have somebody that somehow has instant chemistry with one of our best players in Yashin. So that will be something to look for. Again, the price is the issue.
So what's the state of the union then? Is this team where you expected it to be at this point?
Well, you know, it's funny. It's a lot better than it was at the beginning of the year, obviously, and it looks like we're starting to play. My litmus test is that we're going to be consistent to the end now, and it looks like in the last couple of weeks we've hit a stride of consistency, and I'm not afraid to go into the playoffs with a team constructed just as it is.
So that's the key thing right there. You don't feel you need to do anything in order for this team to be able to go on what? Win a series or two thing, or perhaps ride the whole thing?
Well, I mean, you got a young team that continues to improve game by game. I think we're something like 7-3-1 in our last 11 games. That's pretty good hockey, and we beat a pretty good team in our last game. We have another tough test today. It'll be a good measuring stick for us. So under those circumstances, I don't feel the need to do something that would hurt us in the long run. I think any time you can improve the team, short term or long term, it's good for it as long as the price is right.
And the deadline for doing it just a little more than 2 weeks away. The trade deadline is the 11th of March. Our thanks to Islanders General Manager Mike Milbury. When we get back, we will incorporate a whole bunch of people in a roundtable discussion on items not only pertinent to the Islanders but to the rest of the National Hockey League. That's up next right here.
It's going to start with Stan Fischler, who's got his ammunition ready in our studio, and Joe Micheletti, who's always ready up in the booth to call the game. We're going to bring both these guys in. Now, we're going to start with this interesting article from Newsday today, Stan, all about Alexei Yashin. I thought it was pretty intriguing that Alan Hahn talked to Carol Alt, talked to Victor Kozlov, one of Alexei's closest friends, and they don't know what's going on either. Stan, what do you think is going on?
Well, first of all, I talked to several people. In fact, I talked to Coach Peter Laviolette only about 10 minutes ago about the Yashin situation. He tells me that he's convinced that he's going to play himself out of this slump. We've known that great players through the years have had these kind of slumps. I remember Rocket Richard in 49-50. He didn't do anything during the playoffs. So these things will happen. I talked to people in Yashin's camp, and they said some interesting things. One is that he's not comfortable with his situation here, and they said that he's not been able to play through it. He felt more comfortable with Jacques Martin in Ottawa. But reading the article today, what bothered me was his teammates saying things negatively about him that they should have said about other guys on the team like Brad Isbister that they wouldn't say about them, but they said about Yashin. I think that the author Alan Hahn should have pointed that out. These guys picking on him when they wouldn't pick on other players who've been in slump. Guys?
Joe, I would say this to you, though. Gar Snow even said it after the Friday night game. This is one of the tighter teams he's ever been on. It does seem like the dressing room is a very good mix.
Well, you know, this is a group that they basically come to work, Deb. When you think about the last year and a half, or almost year and 3/4 now under Peter Laviolette, it's a group that just when you think that when things go bad and they've got to face a difficult situation, that things are going to get worse like they have in years past, hasn't happened. They've been able to rebound, and then they go about their business without getting too high and without getting too low. I will say this. Alexei Yashin is a very likable person. I mean, anybody that knows Alexei Yashin says, is he a nice guy? He is a very nice guy. What they would like to see is they'd like to see him raise his emotional level, because he basically stays on one level. And when you're getting down to crunch time, it's not the money, and it's not that they need him to score goals, even though they'd like to see that because he can do that. It's doing the other things for your teammates and for your team to win games, and a lot of that includes playing defensive hockey.
Quit line. Third meeting of the year between these teams. They've split the first two, each winning on home ice. Robbie Ftorek, remember, got the job over Peter Laviolette. And of course, Peter's done some outstanding things with the Islanders the last 2 years. And today's Islanders game in high definition is brought to you by Panasonic, Ideas for Life. So here's the matchup Joe mentioned a moment ago, the Scatchard line out against the Thornton line.
Yeah, Scatchard against Thornton. You've got Weimer against Glenn Murray, who's having a great year. And then the two big, strong defensemen, Hamrlik and Aucoin.
Hamrlik back to get it, immediately is pounded to the ice by Marty Lapointe.
And that's a change for Boston, having Marty Lapointe, normally a right winger. They have moved him up because of his size and strength to play on this line to go against the bigger line for the Islanders. And there's the hit right off the bat. Hamrlik in good position, a good strong hit by Marty Lapointe.
Funny, Mike Knuble was on that line for a good chunk of this year as Berard fires and misses the net. And even during the line rushes they did during the warm-up for this game this afternoon, it was Knuble that was out there with Thornton and Murray. And yet, for all of the hiding of evidence, here it is, one shift into the game, and they've gone to Lapointe. Scatchard goes to the net, shoots it wide, and here comes Martin Lapointe. And
I think,
the left wing.
I think we'll see some changes back and forth in this game, Howie, with personnel on that line with Thornton.
Good hit by Thornton on Weimer. Lapointe in after it again. Weimer and Lapointe together, so are Thornton and Hamrlik, who scoops it to the boards. Nick Boynton, number 44, pinching on defense. That keeps the puck deep. Thornton still working to Murray, and that shot looked like it hit Weimer in front, who was tangled up with Lapointe. And Aucoin fires it all the way through off the blocker of Steve Shields. Teams change on the move, a little more than a minute into the opening period. Joseph Stumple, number 16, throws a rink-wide feed that's dumped in behind Snow. And Garth Snow plays it high off the glass. It hit Knuble. Knocked back towards the blue line. Boynton tried to hold it in, couldn't. And out comes Bates, the former Bruin. Sean Bates tucks it in behind the Bruins net. Wound around by Shields and out of the zone. And Janssen gives chase for New York with Knuble trailing him. Michael Pekka dumped to the ice by Stumple. And Martinic has it for New York. Martinic played it off the boards, missed by Bates, turned around by the Bruins and dumped in by Knubel.
And Howie, the Bruins are trying to find someone that can play the wing with Joseph Stumple, who is more a passer than he is a shooter. They are not getting any scoring from any other line other than the Thornton line.
And this is a somewhat banged up Bruins squad too. We'll see a long list in just a moment of those who are not able to play in this game because of injury.
In particular on defense, 3 of their 6 are out.
Commander floats one into the corner. Oleg Gavasha for Isbister. Asham went to the front of the net, now comes back for help. And it's Asham getting to the puck. Aaron Asham cycles back for Gavasha. And now Don Sweeney, who played his 1,000th game earlier this year against the Islanders, jams it off the boards to center. Butenschon swept it off of Axelson, who then ran into Butenschon and went down. But the Islanders come to center, led by Asham. Butenschon fires, and it's held by Steve Shields. Take a look at those scratches. They're brought to you by Computer Associates. Visit CA.com and find out about the latest innovations in business software.
Well, there you see the Bruins. Sergei Samsonov, they're hoping might return sometime in March. They miss him tremendously. O'Donnell is hurt. Gill is hurt. Brennan is hurt. Those are 3 defensemen. Kutlak is a defenseman that's up as a healthy scratch. But on defense, they are really banged up.
And don't forget the scoring that Samsonov provides that this team can use now, too.
Samsonov and Guerin, that's 70 goals between the 2 of them. And of course, they lost Guerin in unrestricted free agency over the summer to Dallas.
Islanders have their 4th line on with Yashin, Lapointe, and Winehandle, with Steve Webb scratched because of some back spasms. So Winehandle back up from Bridgeport to Yashin. Yashin, a backhander, and a save by Shields. Winehandle looking to get back on the scoring side. He was only sent down a week ago for conditioning. Now Yashin out of the corner, throws it wide. Winehandle had gone 16 games without a goal. Centering feed came across and hopped over the stick of Yashin. And now Winehandle helping work the boards, gains the puck. Got it to Lapointe. He tried to find Yashin. The pass was just beyond his reach.
That's a very good shift by the 4th line of the Islanders. Lots of energy.
Yashin's pass skittered across the blue line, grabbed by Thornton.
Oh, you know, we talked about all these injuries on defense. Peter Laviolette wants his team in this game to keep the puck in deep, keep control of it, continue to cycle like they've done here in the early going, but don't throw it away blind.
Blake feeds Weimer. Now it's Sketcher. Score! Weimer! The 2 of them were in front of Shields, and Jason Weimer makes it 1-0 New York.
Can anybody stop this line? I think the answer right now is no. This starts with a simple dump in. The puck is going to go here. And now here come the Islanders. Scatcherd, Blake to follow up, and then Weimer here. And then they just work it around, and Weimer ends up getting the shot and the goal, and it's an early 1-0 lead.
Well, you know, if they can get Weimer going offensively, and that's 2 goals in as many games now for Weimer, then that line takes on an added offensive dimension because you've got Blake and Scatcherd scoring more than they have. This is Scatcherd again as they continue to work in deep on the Bruins. Blake whirling behind the net. Scatcherd's parked in front. Help from Hamrlik on defense. He gets it to the net, and Shields holds on.
This line is possessed. I mean, they just can't be stopped. We talk about hungry for the puck and hungry for the net. That's the way they're playing. And remember, what their job in this game is to try and stop the Thornton line. They not only stop, but they get a goal here. Quick on the forecheck. Second man quick. And then where's Weimer? Right there. I mean, this is getting to the point where these 3 players, they're able to pass the puck to one another without looking.
Commander a drive, and it's held by Shields.
Like they had words as they almost had to separate the 2 of them. And now the Bruins have the power play as Hamrlik goes off.
Marty McInnes, the former Islander, shot it off of Pekka. Berard a drive, a pad save by Snow. Now Thornton finds Murray, gets it back from Glenn Murray. Murray takes it back in the corner. Now for Thornton, they continue to play catch. Murray goes cross ice, off the post for McInnes. Marty McInnes rang it off the goal post. Berard a drive, that's kicked out by Snow. McInnes has it again. Good-looking power play here for the Bruins. Berard faked the shot, sets up Thornton. His shot deflected. 2 saves by Snow. Thornton's got it again. Snow is good in deep, and now he pounces on the loose puck, and there's no further play. And once again, Garth Snow comes up big.
Wow. Wow, did he make some saves. People standing and applauding Garth Snow, and why not? This is just, it's like this has been one 3-week game that he's been on. I mean, Boston's doing a great job moving the puck around. Deflection there, rebound, stop that, stop Thornton on the rebound. And then finally is able to cover up. Even that shot that hit the post, Howie, I thought he actually got a little piece of it before.
Sean Brown fires it wide. Martin Lapointe and Hammerlick get together. There was the thud. And Jason Blake finds himself surrounded by Bruins with Lapointe of Boston sending to an onside Murray, who just kept that back skate on part of the blue line. Stumple dumped by Jason Weimer. Roman Hammerlick challenged behind the net by Yvonne Hummel, number 36. He got knocked down by the combination of Hammerlick and Weimer, and Michael Pekka gloves it down in center. Now Bates has to wait for Pekka. And it continues to sit along the boards until the Bruins pry it loose, but Hummel was stripped of the puck by Mark Parrish. And now Hummel played it to the Islander line. Pekka for Bates. Remember, Mark Parrish had a hat trick against the Bruins here last month. Centering feed, Pekka, he scores! Michael Pekka ties it at
2. Steve Shields gets caught behind the net. He's the goaltender. And look at the forecheck by the Islanders. Parrish gets in a hurry and forces the turnover, and Bates just throws it to the front of the net where the goaltender Shields can't get back in. That's the quick work by Mark Parrish that forced the turnover and allowed Michael Pekka to take the pass from Bates and tie the game.
Can this be one of those 8-6 games that we used to hear about in the 1980s that we largely haven't seen since? 4 goals in the first 13 and a half minutes.
Howie, 20 years ago today, the Rangers beat the Hartford Whalers 11-3. Mark Pavlich had 5 goals in that one. That can't happen anymore, can it?
No, Pavlich is retired. we think everybody's found him, right?
I made it about 4 miles away from his house up in northern Minnesota in the summer. He is out in the woods.
One of the more elusive people in the game, more private people, Mark Pavlich. But Shields gave up one to Pekka that gets us even. 5:52 to go. Have his mask stitched up like that, at least stitched in magic marker to show you what his face would have looked like if he wasn't wearing the mask.
He and the trainer would get together after every game, and if a puck...
There's Yashin, check from behind. There'll be a penalty, though.
If the puck hit him in the mask, they would try and determine how many stitches he would have taken, and they would mark that with a magic marker. This play right here is a good play by Alexei Yashin. And the reason he drew the penalty is because he skated to the net. Instead of staying on the outside, he broke to the open. There he is. See, he goes hard to the net there, can't get the shot because he's being hooked from behind. And when you're as strong as Yashin, if you don't have good body position on him, it makes it difficult to defend against him.
So the Islanders to their first power play. Control the draw. Janssen leads the corner. Asham takes a shove from Berard, who lost his stick, gets it back from Axelson, loses handle again. Now the stick's out by the blue line. Parrish looks for Pekka.
Asham actually could have gotten penalized for doing that. They didn't call it. Should have.
So now Axelson challenges. As the puck sent around to Pekka. And they have to go on the power play. Bates for Pekka. Parrish was knocked out in front. Janssen faked the shot. Went off of Axelson. Asham to Parrish. Pekka goes wide. Asham's in front. Janssen, the shot. Went off of Axelson's stick again. Now Parrish to Asham. Asham got it back from Janssen. Parrish along the goal line. Bates jumped in from his point position. Now drifts back. Pekka was knocked down in front. Fans want a penalty that doesn't come. Berard a good play to get it loose, but Ashen has it again. Now to Parrish. Pekka knocked down in front. There'll be another penalty to the Bruins. Islanders can just give the puck up here, but Pekka holds on back in. He scores! Michael Pekka is second of the game, and the Islanders lead it 3-2.
Now the officials are letting things go. Nick Boynton was the man that was going to get called for the penalty, and he and Pekka in front of the net really staged a battle. Pekka, that was after the first time, and that's where he wanted to call. He gets it there because Boynton used his right leg to trip him down. I mean, that's a dangerous play. And how about this shot? Your goaltender has to stop that one. Here it is again. And there might have been... Now Boynton is in the penalty box. Let's see what they're calling on that one. Because Boynton, that's a dangerous play. That's a sloop foot on Boynton.
2-minute power play.
Here's the first penalty. Watch Boynton in front. Or no, that was the first one. No call on that. Michael Pekka wanted one. Went back at him. And now Boynton will get him with the sloop foot. Watch the right leg of Boynton coming up. His right leg right there. Kicks him to knock him down.
The driving machine. And they're off.
And they're off. Jason Weimer will start things off for the Islanders. Great forecheck by the Islanders. Pressure. Blake helps out. Weimer ends up with the puck. The quick shot. Beats Steve Shields and makes it. And Boston had the momentum and the lead at 2-1. But the Islanders come back. Quick forecheck here. Steve Shields, the goaltender, gets caught out of the net. Michael Pekka puts the pass from Sean Bates in to tie it 2-1. And then on the power play, it'll be Michael Pekka again. There he is, 27. Look at the backhand. How about that for a perfect shot? Power play goal for Pekka, the 5th goal of the period, and the Islanders lead it.
Highlights brought to you by...
If there's a positive, it's the fact that Glenn Murray is not on the ice yet, but Joe Thornton's playing the right point.
He's got the puck here, and he fires wide.
He's got a great shot, and he can pass the puck well.
Now Thornton goes to the corner. Knuble, Stumple, the point, and Berard with him. Centering feet, pinballs. Swept away by Janssen. And now Knuble sets up Berard. 1:10 to the 5-on-3. Berard to Knuble, and a save by Snow.
And the other thing that makes this difficult, as we talked about Marty Lapointe a little bit earlier, how he's stationing himself in front of the net. There he is again. So Gar Snow has to deal with Lapointe, does a great job of it there, looks around him, and then is over there waiting for the puck to get to him.
On his feet, just trying to even it up a bit. Weimer trying to sneak a couple of right hands in. Weimer was off balance early. Brown took advantage.
This started with Brown and Blake. That's why Weimer got involved.
Now Weimer gets a right hand in. And the jersey over Weimer's shoulders. Was it tied down or ripped off?
Ripped off. Still tied down. Now back on.
And now Weimer has his say. So Brown early, Weimer late. And I guess you could call it a draw. Maybe Weimer got the better of him in the end if you were going to count up points.
Think back to last May. Mike Milbury's comments about needing a little bit more toughness up front and making a deal to get Jason Weimer. Well, Brown hit Bates. Brown hit Blake. Weimer's first opportunity to jump in and make a stand for his team, and he did. That's why Weimer, one of the big reasons why Weimer was brought in here, to add more spunk, more toughness, and more character up front. Here's where it starts, back there. And after the hit by Blake, Blake was knocked down. And then Weimer is here. And here come the two together, right there. And Weimer goes right after him. The hit, the conversation, and then that's what ensued.
42 minutes and penalties have been dished out to this point. In a normal game, that's a little more than twice as many, as you probably see by the 6:40 remaining mark of the second period.
And Marty Lapointe, every time he's had a chance to hit somebody or knock somebody down, he has.
Scatcherd leads Blake. Can he get in alone? He is. He shoots and he scores! Jason Blake gives the Islanders a 4-3 lead.
it up, perfect pass to Blake. Blake catches up with the puck and just waits and waits and waits and takes the shot. And Shields, the goaltender, was going back, and he wasn't sure what Blake was going to do. What a play by Scatchard. And look at Blake with the head up. And Blake played that one like a great goal scorer.
And Jason Blake, don't you think, Joe, would tell you himself. Bouchon gets involved mildly there with Knuble. Jason Blake would probably be the first one to tell you that's the difference in his game now. The patience, being able to wait rather than just rush the shot when he's got a chance.
How many times have we seen him do that? And the great speed that he has. Stumble puts it in to tie the game, and then Gerard, the defenseman, misses the puck. Scatchard picks it up, finds Jason Blake all alone on the breakaway. Just gets it in to give the Islanders the 4-3 lead.
6 points the last 3 games now. Final minute of the overtime. Pekka, Hamrlik, and O'Coin for the Islanders. Stumple, Thornton, Murray, and Ralston for Boston. Murray for Thornton. And that's batted away by Pekka. Boston is 8th in the conference. The Islanders 6th, separated by 2 points and one other team, Tampa Bay. That's how tight it is. So Ralston across to Murray, and he blasted that one off the glass. Kept alive by Ralston. 22 to go. Ralston tees it up, doesn't shoot. Now he drifts back. Brian Ralston fires. That's deflected off the glass. Murray around to Thornton with 10 seconds to go. Joe Thornton looks, feeds Ralston. He shoots. It's deflected. Loose. Stumble trying to get a whack at it. Pekka grabs it, sends it down the ice. Pekka looked like he took some kind of a hit just as the game expires, and Pekka's hobbled a bit as he goes to the Islander room. It ends in a 4-4 tie.
Yeah, the penalty killing in the last minute of overtime was spectacular, as the Bruins didn't have any quality shots on the 4-on-3.
Sundin out against Pekka, so Pat Quinn had the opportunity to avoid the matchup. He has decided that he will work with it instead, at least at this juncture. Roberts into the forecheck as it comes up on the left wing side for Sean Bates. Bates flipping it in, and it goes into the crowd and out of play. And there'll be a face-off in the center ice area as a result. Your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, Pat Quinn's not a big matchup coach compared to some in the league, so I don't know that that's the one that Peter Laviolette, the coach for the Islanders, wants. We'll have to wait and see, but Pekka often plays against the other team's most dangerous center, so that'll be something to look for.
O'Coin throws it in on Belfour out of the goal. He plays it back on the wall. O'Coin kept it in. Bouncing puck that Kavasha couldn't get to. Aaron Asher in along the boards. McCabe bodies his man. It comes free, and out comes Caberlet to center with a pass on to Michael Renberg. Renberg to the line. Rolls it into the slot harmlessly. Roman Hamrlik is there. Hamrlik up on the wing. Isbister got it out. Asham to it as McCabe gets the first bit of body contact going with a healthy cheek first run at one of the Islanders. Hamrlik around the boards, not out. A drive deflected just wide of the net. Off the stick of Zverev. Here's Asham leading 3 aisles to center. In over the line, into the slot, a shot, and wristed wide of the net by Isbister. He was alone and probably could have taken another stride. Hoagland got it ahead for Travis Green. Long shoot in on Garth Snow. Played up on the left wing side. McCauley couldn't keep it in. Tucker is bodied there. There's a little pushing and shoving with Jason Weimer. And there's, or at least Scatchard. And a bit of history between those two, as Weimer had a bit of a butt end against Tucker a few years ago while in another uniform.
Let's have a look at this 3-on-2 rush by the Islanders. Svela must have thought that Antropov had the Islander forward coming down the middle of the rink, because he moved over, and the Islanders miss a great chance to go ahead.
Svela has to chase down a long face-off win, and Aki Berg getting it ahead. And so the Leafs have changed their defensive pairings a little bit here to start tonight's game. In goes McCauley after it against Snow. Set high on the glass. Svela unable to hold the course to keep it in. Tucker is run at heavily there by Jason Weimer. keep our heads open for that. Around on the board, unable to get to it. McCauley goes into the corner, battling in there along with Alan Nasruddin, and Scatchard has it now for the Islanders. Scatchard up on the left wing for Weimer. Weimer's pass hits a leg, bounces into the goal area. Down goes Vela, and Weimer is pushed into the goal post, and it becomes dislodged.
Well, the big line for the Islanders put together in late November, Weimer, Scatchard, and Blake, in the last 3 games have 5 goals, 10 assists for 15 points. And they've already had 1 good chance tonight, and here it is. And Weimer kind of backs into Balfour, although Vela was in on the push a little bit. But that's 2 odd man rushes in the first 2 minutes of the hockey game. The Leafs should try and avoid a few more.
Reichel has been waved out. Fitzgerald will move in. Draw one cleanly by Tom Fitzgerald. Here's Lume. Getting it ahead, and Domi to center. Snapping it high off the glass into the right wing corner. In goes Fitzgerald to get it back to the net. Domi tried to center against Johnson and failed. Here's Belak taking a run at Claude Lapointe, and it's cleared down into the Leaf zone. Lapointe and Belak shoving again. Near boards for Radek Martinic. A pass for Lapointe on the left wing, and Belak is in pursuit as it's tipped by him into the Leaf zone. Balfour plays it back against Yashin. Belak is run at by Lapointe. Now here's cleared back into the corner by Winehandle as it's the Leafs Lume lifting it high to center ice. Lapointe in the forecheck there as it's cleared in on a delayed offside. And the icing is waved off. Lapointe was definitely offside coming out of the zone, but they ruled on the icing first. McGillney knocked down there by Adrian Aucoin. Now back to the goal is Sundin. Sundin with Peck on him, cycles it in for McGillney. McGillney tied up by Aucoin. Got it freed up into the corner for Domi. Domi and Hammerlick after it. Cycled back now for Sundin with Peck on him. Sundin centers, and Domi is lifted off his skates by Hammerlick. No goal. Sundin in front of the net. Domi is jumping on. Down the snow, and he's got a hold of it. And now Domi hammers Hammerlick down, and he'll get the penalty.
Well, it was after the whistle. Domi was in the middle of complaining to the referee that there should have been interference when he realized he was going to get a pass out from behind the net. Ty Domi looking for his career high in goals, and he's nearing the career high in points, but he's going to get a penalty where he's a little career high most evenings too. And here is the last chance. And a nice stop by Snow on the little 5-foot shot by Domi. Aucoin, one-on-one on McGillney. Never pays any attention to the puck at all, and McGillney can't get by him. And then on the defensive zone coverage, Adrian Aucoin makes life tough on McGillney, which is a full-time job in this league.
Postseason is not set
ever since. The size of his shoulder pads, and there he is now with a little bit smaller equipment as the league continues trying to crack down. We get a look at our summary here. Aucoin leading both teams that much ice time, and Sundin doing well in the faceoff dot. Lead still with a power play, 14 seconds left in it. Back to the point it comes to McCabe. Off the boards to McGillney. Chased hard there by Hammerlick. In goes Roberts after Aucoin. Down low there was Caberlet, but he couldn't get to it to keep it in as the penalty is now over. Asham is back on. Sundin splitting the defense and alone. Puck down. This could be interesting. Penalty shot, Matt Sundin.
Well, Sundin was dashing between the two defensemen, and as he was about to make his play on the goaltender, he was hooked from behind and knocked off stride.
This is going to be the 5th penalty shot in Matt Sundin's career, his 3rd with the Leafs, and his first since 1998. Garth Snow has faced just once, Owen Nolan, in December of '98. This was from last year in the playoffs.
And this was in the net off the right post to beat Joseph. Bates made it. So Matt Sundin,
second in as many games. Sundin on the penalty shot. He has scored 2 of 4 previously. Wines fakes and loses the puck. Said something to Garth Snow on the way out. I think we'll work on that.
Here's what happened. Garth Snow got in the poke check position, and Sundin wasn't ready for it, and Snow didn't poke it. Right there, you see? And he tried to pull it by the poke check stick when it was out in front of Snow, and he lost it. If he'd have pulled it, he'd have had him beaten. And Matt Sundin, he said, "You're lucky."
So he was. So the Leafs are 0 for 2 in as many games on penalty shots as Robert Reichel was denied. Now a catch in front off the glove of Belfour. Kavasha back to the net for Asha. Right along the board. Johnson with a long shot, and that was stopped by Ed Belfour. Tipped out into the center ice area. A race for the puck. Greenberg, backhand, rolling puck, sprawling Snow, and he makes the save. The Snow Angel going there, and Garth Snow made the save. Center ice area, Blake brings it right back in, had it poke checked off his stick. Now brought in over the line by Blake, going wide with a jam at the net. Down goes Belfour, and Blake is in the net, and Belfour's giving him a shot. And the net is dislodged.
And Blake's head came close to being dislodged as he piled in to Belfour when he tried to cut in from nearly an impossible angle. I don't think there's a penalty on the play. But Blake comes off the bench, and this guy can really scamper. And he cuts in right here, loses the puck, and then roars right into Belfour, who cuffed him with his goal stick. Watch this. There's Belfour, gives him the
Don't knock the stick, he gave it with the blocker. And right in the living room there. That was the 26th penalty shot this year. Only 6 have been successful.
Is that new equipment? The goalies are wearing.
No, it's just the old idea that a forward is usually not as bright as a goaltender. Icing call here against the New York Islanders.
That puts him in an awful category, I'll tell you that. Renberg looked like he may draw a penalty shot as he danced in alone too, but he got the shot away. As you can see, Kenny Johnson lost him, and the backhand shot was nicely stopped by the goaltender Snow, and then he covered the rebound as it lay there in a good spot for a few seconds.
Face on to the left of Snow. Draw control by the Islanders. Around back of the net. Nazardine playing it out and down the ice. Zvela is going to hustle after it, and Belfour comes out of the goal to negate the icing anyway. Into the corner it goes for Blake. Knocked down by McCullough. Blake gets back up and gets the puck handed to him. Here's Blake in the corner, back of the net. Far side it goes now for Weimer. Left for Scatcherd, back in for Blake. Blake looking for Weimer, who works into the cycles. It comes to Scatcherd in the slot. A shot right along. That was stopped by Belfour. McCauley clearing it away. Tucker stick handling around Mick Magoo. Played down into the Islander zone. McCauley after it. Tied up his man. Got it to Tucker. Tucker tried to center. Couldn't against Mark Parrish. Scatcherd unable to clear. Lume back of the net, and Tucker couldn't get it. That time it was the other official, Paul Dvorsky, getting in the way. Reichel at center ice. Lume will launch it right back in. Down the boards comes Reichel, sending it around back to the goal. Commander after it. Launched it off the glass to the line. Lume able to keep it in momentarily. And it's the Islanders getting it to center. Jason Weimer. Knocked down by Tom Fitzgerald, but played in, and Belfour has it off to Wade Belak. A change in the defense pairings has benefited Aki Berg, who has moved up into the top four, and yet Lume has folded on chest for Reichel. Got the big rebound, and Snow made the saves. Bank pass there for Kavasha. And Lume will get to an icing, and it'll be brought back into the Islander zone as the Leafs' third great chance to score this period comes off that man's stick.
Robert Reichel looked like he had Snow right out of his position to make the save as Domi fights off a coin behind the net and gets it out in front, and there's the shot, and the rebound was available for half a second. So Garth Snow continues his terrific play and goal. This is his 8th straight game, and with Osgood out, Snow has really filled the bill very nicely.
Garth Snow
697.
From the shot, bounced wide of Snow, played around back to the net. Out at center. Intercepted by Vela. Now Berg drops it back for Robert Vela. He carries to center. Vela to the line. Vela going wide. Vela trying to center. He did, but it was blocked there by the Islanders coming across as Ashton gets it down into the Leaf end. Aki Berg takes it away from him. Berg leaving it for Vela. Pumped around the boards as Vela was knocked down by Kavasha. And it's out at center ice. Janssen getting it back from Radek Martin. Tipped ahead for Blake, couldn't knock it down. Leafs Antropov turning back in his own zone. Gave it away to Kenny Janssen, who plays it deep into the Toronto end. Still scoreless. 14 minutes left to play in period number 2. Commander in over the line. Belak got a piece of it, but here's a chance for Reimer. Shot right on. That was stopped by Belfort. Tucker is run over by Dave Scatchett with a hit. Now here's Antropov playing it in and now heading to the bench. Now Tucker taking a happy run of his own. At center ice, brought out now by Nasreddin. Played in over the line. Belfort leaving it there for Belak, but it's in his skates. He gets fortunate to have it bounce up to his stick, but he makes a bad pass. It's cut off by Blake. Back to the net, Scatchett gave it away to Green. And Tucker has it out. Belak misfires with his feed for McCauley, icing his way off. And Green goes sailing into the net as he's forced in there by Matthias Timander. Save. Vela gets it out at center and down into the Islander zone. Janssen going back. Janssen in behind the goal. 11:40 to play in the second period. Kenny Janssen ahead for Pekka. Tip to center. Vela tries to play it back in. Pekka knocked it down. Aki Berg tips it ahead. Pekka running it. Tucker. And there was maybe a little bullseye attached to Darcy Tucker there. The first time Pekka really has had the bottom doors open. Now Pekka tipping it out. Berg has to go back after it. Bates up there after it. Off the end boards it goes to Robert Vela. Vela for Tucker. Back to Vela. Ahead for McCauley. Cut off by Blake. With Pekka in over the line. Pekka with a drive. Belfort had that all the way and drops it off to the side for Robert Vela. On the glass. It'll bound out on a bad angle, but almost sprung Travis Green. Here's Blake back in. Dropped it. Green was there. Former Islander got it ahead for Tucker. Timander sends it in on a delayed offside. McCauley and Berg. Now Vela. Ahead for McCauley. Backhanded in. That'll be the signal for some change to start here for the Leafs as Fitzgerald goes in after his man. Domi in with a forechecking hit. Puck high in the air. Goes back into the corner. Nasreddin being chased by Fitzgerald. And it's cleared by Timander out at center. Belak gets knocked down. Weimer sends it in with Scatchett now into the forecheck. Belfort back to the goal. Lume lifts it out at center. Hammerlin. Far side. Nasreddin got it ahead to Blake. Turned over at the Leaf defense. Snapped off the board by Fitzgerald. Domi couldn't get to it. Reichel trying to keep it alive as the Islanders get it to center. Fitzgerald is there again. Now trying to play it in over the line. Couldn't. Yashin steers it into the Leaf zone. Belak with a stick right up his back there, courtesy of LaPointe, now here's Yashin long, big save, rebound, another shot, stopped by Belfour, another shot, scores!
The third time, LaPointe on a scramble in front. They get after Belak on the forecheck, and LaPointe puts it in on the third attempt. The first two couldn't get by. Belfour, there's one. Here's Yashin. He should have scored or could have. Here's another one. And the puck comes right out to LaPointe, who puts it up in the top part of the net. Belfour got a bit of it, but not enough. But he made two great saves. That one on Yashin, and then the second one, but he was in no position on the one that went in. And LaPointe gets his 6th of the year.
6th goal for LaPointe. 10:29 the time of the goal.
And when the Islanders score first, as they just did, they've won 16 of their 29 games. So it's a good omen for the New York Islanders. There's the Yashin chance, there's the Kavasha chance, and there's the LaPointe goal. It's the so-called fourth line gets the goal for the Islanders.
Robert Reichel was in behind Belfour, trying to play goal for him. Here's McCabe having it bound off him to center. Hoagland plays it back into the Leafs zone. And a penalty is coming here as Bister was taken down, and the Leafs will be a man short. 1-0 Islanders in the second.
Blake gets his 6th of the year. Not on that one, but on that one.
Are you going to tell them who those people were?
Nope, I'm going to let them figure it out when they get the phone calls tonight when they get home. They are two guys they worked with on the Saturday night show to produce.
First in the league, short-handed goals. The New York Islanders with their 11th tie them with Columbus and Vancouver.
17 last year. That's unbelievable that they are that good.
Pretty interesting.
Be fun. Deb Kaufman will be out in the audience with a microphone so they can ask Peter some questions.
New studio will be unveiled before selected games, and we'll be using that on Saturday night. Islanders get it deep. Pekka can't jam it through. Alberlin's check. Bates fires. He scores! John Bates ties it at 3.
He got in quickly on the forecheck. Alberline goes back and look at Bates fight through on the forecheck on Danico. Gets it in front. Now who's going to get the loose puck? Bates ends up with it. Brodeur didn't see it, hit his shoulder and went in. But Bates with the good forecheck. Pekka with one chance. Then the puck loose. Bates finds it, puts it up high off the shoulder of Brodeur to tie the game, and this place has life.
So Sean Bates extends his point-scoring streak to 5 consecutive games as Brodeur makes that stop. And that's only the 4th goal this year that Bates has scored at even strength. He's got those 6 shorthanded goals. He's got a couple of empty netters along the way. But that is a huge goal for the New York Islanders. Momentum off the icing. Bates delivers.
We haven't heard this noise since the first period. Since maybe the first 10 minutes of the first period. And they were waiting for something that was just a hard-working goal. Outdoing New Jersey at what they do best. And that's playing strong in their own zone. There's one shot there, save, and then this one coming up right there with the right pad. Makes a good save, gets some help from Commander. And then that led to the 2-on-1, and then Yashin with this determined effort off the post. He had the puck, he just did not want to be denied. How about this for effort? One shot, Blake with his own rebound, and just shoots it wide on the other side. The Islanders smell that extra point. And now they're going to start this power play, 4-on-3. And these 4-on-3s sometimes can lull you to sleep because a lot of teams don't practice these. You've got to concentrate on making sure that you shoot the puck. And that'll be Yashin's job. He'll be back on the left point with Hamrlik on the other side. And you know that Parrish is on the ice now. He and Peck will be around the front of the net, but in particular Parrish. The Islanders with 138 have to get shots.
3 forwards and a defenseman. Pekka, Yashin, Parrish, and Hamrlik. Madden the forward for New Jersey. Will take the draw. Stevens and Niedermayer back. It's drawn back to Hamrlik. Now to Yashin. Pekka faked the shot. Hamrlik fires. He went wide with it. Pekka hustles just to keep it in. Now Stevens in the corner. Pekka pinches, missed it. Here's Madden breaking to the net. Madden shoots, save DiPietro. Hamrlik swept it away. And the Devils had the odd man rush shorthanded. They've got it deep again. Madden put it off of Hamrlik.
Madden tried to beat DiPietro through the legs, and DiPietro closed the pads quickly.
Final minute of overtime. Islanders on a 4-on-3 power play. Yashin brings it in. Moved it to the corner. Stevens wheels it around to the far side. Elias will carry out. Niedermayer joins the play. Elias works on Pekka. Niedermayer follows. He hit the side of the net. Might have carried off the glove of DiPietro. And now Yashin starts out. 40 seconds to go. Yashin slowed down, stayed on side, feet Sketchered, back for Yashin. Alexei Yashin out of the corner to Bates. Now to Pekka. Sketchered's in front. Pekka to Sketchered, a save by Brodeur. Islanders with 4 forwards on the ice here.
And a 2-on-1 against.
Bates is back. Elias cross ice, gets it back, flubbed it, hit the side of the net ever so gently, and back from the Islanders. 12 seconds to go. Bates moving to center. Bates up to the Devil line. Couldn't get in. Here's Langenbrunner on a breakaway. He's got time. Langenbrunner alone on DiPietro. He shoots. DiPietro the save. Langenbrunner gets it back. DiPietro down. Time runs out. No goal. No goal. The green light is on. The horn had clearly sounded. The game ends in a tie.
Well, it was the Devils that had all the chances. The Islanders were getting shots. No shots. What a save. What a save by DiPietro. Here's what this game looked like in the last 18 seconds. And it was all Devils. And the Islanders just couldn't get shots and were turning the puck over. And they're going to recheck this anyway, but here's the 2-on-1. And look at that chance by Elias. Wide open net, can't handle the pass from Rafalski. Now the Islanders with 4 forwards on the ice come back the other way. They're going to lose it here. And then here comes Langenbrunner. What a save. What a save right there by DiPietro. Langenbrunner gets it again. Any time left? No.
Wow.
Seconds or split seconds away from winning it in overtime was Langenbrunner.
You could see the clock. Langenbrunner still has the puck on his stick. That's a great shot right there. Time has run out. The puck is still on Langenbrunner's stick.
Number 27, Michael Pekka.
Yeah, the Islanders, here it is again. I mean, this is right at the end. And they just stick checking on the play, and Langenbrunner has a chance to win it here. And look at this save. I mean, he did just about everything, and that's an athletic save by DiPietro with the right pass. And then right at the end, not quite enough time for Jamie Langenbrunner. And the Islanders take this point, stick it in the standings, and move on to the next game.
This was Snow with the night off. Rick DiPietro gets the start, and there's Pat Burns and his counterpart, Peter Laviolette, in the remake of Bubble Boys. First period, Islanders already up 1-0. Devils on a rush. That's Michael Rupp. Takes the first shot, and how about that save off the rebound? Brian Giunta robbed by Rick DiPietro. Devils on the power play. Martin Brodeur without a stick, so Michael Pekka alertly sees that, throws it in front. Dave Scatcherd gets knocked down, stands up, and he scores on the doorstep. It's 2-0 Islanders. Still in the first, there's Scott Gomez. DiPietro tries the stick swipe. It doesn't work. It banks off his left leg and in the net. Gomez with the goal. It's 2-1. Devils keep on coming. Second period, Joe Nieuwendyk charges the net. That leaves a wide open rebound, and Jeff Friesen, red hot, puts home the rebound, tied at 2. More Devils later in the second. Islanders turn it over. Devils 2-on-1. That's a nice pass. Pandolfo to John Madden, and that shot gets through DiPietro, and the body language says it all. Jersey with a 3-2 lead. And then more bad news for the Islanders on the play. Non-contact. Kenny Janssen, the defenseman, mild knee sprain, did not return. They'll recheck his status on Friday. Then it's the Islanders' turn to come back. 9 minutes left in the third. Michael Pekka behind the net. Good work. He'll slap at the puck. There's one save, but there's Sean Bates on the rebound. Ties the game at 3. That set the stage for an active overtime described by Howie Rose.
2-on-2. Yashin carries down the left wing, working on Niinimaa, who makes another solid defensive play. But Yashin keeps moving. Yashin in the slot. Yashin hit the goal post. Scatchard back for Blake. Nice play by Scatchard. Blake out from behind and got a second shot, but it went wide. Langenbrunner, a backhander, a save. DiPietro rebounds loose. Rafalski a shot and a save, and then Commander gunned it ahead. Scatchard to Blake. Scatchard on the other side. Blake for Scatchard, and he's driven down. There'll be a penalty. The Islanders will have a power play.
2-on-1 against.
Bates is back. Elias cross eyes, gets it back, flubbed it, hit the side of the net ever so gently, and back come the Islanders. 12 seconds to go. Bates moving to center. Bates up to the Devil line. Couldn't get in. Here's Langenbrunner on a breakaway. He's got time. Langenbrunner alone on DiPietro. He shoots. DiPietro the save. Langenbrunner gets it back. DiPietro down. Time runs out. No goal. No goal. The green light is on. The horn had clearly sounded. The game ends in a tie.
I think we're still waiting for Howie Rose to exhale, and he's right. The game ends in a tie, and here's why. The overhead view with the clock shows you the first breakaway attempt. Great kick save with the right leg by DiPietro. And then watch Langenbrunner. He makes a move to get DiPietro to go down, but that took too much time. There are the 3 zeros. The puck's still on Langenbrunner's stick, and Langenbrunner raised his stick after the goal, but he knew it was too little too late as the Devils and Isles finish in a 3-3 tie. Isles winless in 3, Devils unbeaten in 4. 9 different Devils with a point apiece, and afterward you could tell preparation aided the performance of the Islander goaltender.
New Jersey's a team that you always have to be aware of when they're on the penalty kill, because they get guys like John Madden and Newendijk and guys that can skate and take opportunity, take chances on the PK. So I know I kind of had a feeling going into that overtime that these guys are going to be jumping, trying to get that extra point. And you know, they did, and had to make a couple saves, but you know, that's the least I could do after how the team played in the first 3 periods.
How about Ricky in the overtime?
Outstanding. Ricky's been playing great for us since his call up. I just can't say enough about him. He's a talented kid.
It was pretty exhilarating, I'd say, for the fans. That's for sure. I mean, we must have had two or three 2-on-1s. Then Patrick Elias puck bounces over for the open net, and Jamie Langenbrunner with the breakaway, and then he had to make that great move. He made a great move at the end, but unfortunately 0.3 of a second too late or whatever it was. So we did a good job in that 4-on-3, and I think Pat had even mentioned, you kind of heard him, that he wanted to keep switching and get another forward out there or Nader, so that we could even go for it a little bit and try to get that extra point.
So what it all adds up to is this: Ottawa by 4 points over the Devils. Washington, of course, leading their division. Philadelphia at 79, Toronto 77, Tampa Bay with a win at 69. Elsewhere, the Islanders, after their 1 point, just 2 points ahead of the Bruins. Rangers closing in a little bit, 4 points behind the Bruins, but all those games in hand overcome.
It was a critical game, and it was the debut of Radek Dvorak and Corey Cross and Janne Niinimaa against his old team. But it's Sean Horkoff who impacts early on. That's his 10th. 1-0 Edmonton that don't stop. Ales Hemsky, 7-game point streak. That's an assist to Ryan Smith for his 23rd of the season, 2-0. But 36 seconds later, it's Niinimaa burning his old team. Justin Mapletop will tip his shot home for a second. It's a 1-goal game. Then Steve Webb hitting mark Andre Bergeron. Bergeron gets up, no helmet, and nails Webb. We're off to the second period. The Isles coming out gunning. Oleg Kavasha snapping a quick one. Salo handles that one in a tough rebound, but they do capitalize. Jason Blake making $600,000 a year and leading the Islanders in scoring. Did you hear that, Alexei Yashin? That's 23 goals. We're tied at 2. A little later on, Sean Bates. Tommy Salo should have had that one. That's his 14th. It's 3-2 Isles. To the third we go. Mapletop, point blank. Steve Webb on the rebound, and unbelievable unbelievable save, but just seconds after that, Salo comes out of his net to play the puck. Bad idea. Mark Parrish gets a hold of it, puts it home for his 22nd. They'd add an empty netter, and the Isles would go on to win. 5-2 would be your final. Despite the loss, the Oils remain 6 up on Nashville for the 8th and final playoff spot in the West, while the Islanders went on the road for the first time since February the 19th and snapped a 5-game winless streak overall.
We've been playing pretty good hockey of late. We just, you know, the little extras, you know, we haven't been doing it. Tonight we did that. We rolled 4-line 6D, and it was an all-around great team effort.
Yeah, we're a little
flat.
Cross,
a combined -6, no points. Ken Chillibeck with more.
It may have been a couple of days since Janne Niinimaa was traded away by the Oilers, but his return couldn't have been more successful for him. The Oilers took a quick 2-0 lead on goals by Sean Horkoff and Ryan Smith. Janne Niinimaa assisted on the Islanders' first goal, which began their comeback.
It's such a big win for us and emotional game for me. And everything was just, you know, the whole day or yesterday was, you know, I wasn't able to prepare for the game like I usually do, and all the injuries I have, you know, I was able to play okay, and team got the big, huge comeback win.
And we battled hard. Obviously, you know, defensemen, forwards, and Garceau played a heck of a game tonight, and you know, it was just a great team win.
Despite the presence of new Oilers Radek Dvorak, Brad Isbister, the Oilers were again plagued by their inability to hold leads.
It's tough when you lose a game. It was an emotional game, you know.
Mapletop, no chance for Tommy Salo. Mapletop second, Islanders within one going into the second. Back to Niinimaa. Must be strange facing his old team 2 days after leaving. Smiled at someone from the Oilers bench, and still doing the job. Risking the body to make sure good buddy Mike Milbury doesn't score here. Everyone involved was fine. Meanwhile, the Isles would complete the comeback here. Look at Jason Blake go outside Steve Stais, skid around the net untouched. Wait. Wow. Lots of nice goals in this game. That one's 23 for Blake. We're tied at 2. From there, it was all Long Island. Edmonton's trapped here. Mapletop springs Sean Bates. The blast beats Salo. That's his 13th. 3-2 Islanders after a couple, and they would ice it here. Tommy Salo's pass here is ill-advised. Mark Parrish has a gaping cage to put it in. 4-2 Islanders. Blake without his second of the night on the empty net. Niinimaa's official Edmonton farewell is a win with the Islanders. 5-2 the final. It's big for Long Island as everyone else in the Eastern Conference playoff race either won or picked up a point. By the way, Radek Dvorak and Corey Cross both made their Edmonton debuts. Neither registered any points.